Let's do problem number 43. The Breakfast Foods Limited went into voluntary liquidation on March 31st, 2015. So this is the balance sheet. Here it says the liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on all assets realized except cash, okay, and 2% on amounts distributed among unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. Then the next point is creditors include preferential creditors 37,500 and a loan for 1,25,000 secured by mortgage on land and building. So here this creditors includes 37,500 as a preferential creditors and loan 1,25,000. So in this 3,62,500 there is a preferential creditors and secured creditors. And the next one, the preference dividends were in arrears for 2 years. The assets realized are as follows. So land and building for 3 lakhs, plant and machinery 5 lakh, patent 75,000, stock 1,50,000 and sundry debtor for 2 lakhs. The expenses of liquidation amounted to rupees 27,250. Prepare the liquidator's final statement of accounts. So let's start preparing it. So problem number 43. So this is on receipt side and this is on payment side. Okay. So we have cash at bank, 75,000, and assets realized. So amount received by selling land and building is 3 lakhs. By selling plant and machinery, liquidator received 5 lakhs, plant and machinery 5 lakhs, and patents 75,000, stocks 1,50,000 and sundry debtors 2 lakhs. Debtors 2 lakhs. Okay. So this is on receipt side. Now let's move to the payment side. So as per order, first we need to discharge it to secured creditors. Secured creditors. So we have 1,25,000 towards secured creditors. If you see here, it says 1,25,000. Okay. Then after this, discharge payment towards liquidation expenses. Expenses, that is 27,250. Okay. Then after this, discharge payment towards liquidator remuneration. So 3% should be paid on assets realized. on assets realized. So let's make a working note. Working note 1, assets realized. Assets realized. It's land and building, ₹3 lakhs. Okay. Plant and machinery, 5 lakhs. Patents, 75,000. Stocks, 1,50,000. And sundry debtors, 2 lakhs. So total comes to 12,25,000. So on this, liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on 12,25,000 is equivalent to 36,750. Okay, so here 36,750. Then 2% on amount paid to unsecured creditors, that will calculate. Then so as per the order, the next payment should be discharged to debenture holders. Debenture holders. So in that, first interest, that is outstanding, interest on debenture, that is outstanding. It's 12,500. It's there in the balance sheet. It's 12,500. Then after that, towards principal amount, debenture, that is 2,50,000. Okay. Then after making payment to debenture holder, the next order will be preferential creditors. Preferential creditors, 37,500. Then we need to make payment towards unsecured creditors. Unsecured creditors. So here the total creditors is 3,62,500 in the balance sheet. In 3,62,500, preferential creditor is 37,500 and loan amount is 1,25,000. That we need to deduct. Working note 2. So creditors in balance sheet, it's 3,62,500 less 37,500 is the preferential creditors, and 1,25,000 is a secured creditor. 1,25,000. The amount will be 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs. And the next balance, so we have a sufficient balance to make payment towards unsecured creditors. So here we have to pay, here the liquidator remuneration is still pending, so that we have to make on unsecured creditor. So when when we have a sufficient balance towards making payment to unsecured creditors, and for that we have a formula, we already discussed on that. So 2 lakhs, on 2 lakhs we need to calculate 2%. So it comes to 4,000. Okay. Yeah, it's 4,000. And then after this, we need to make a payment towards arrears of dividend arrears. So for 2 years there is an arrear in dividend, so that we have to make a payment. So dividend arrears. So for 1 year it is, if you calculate 6% on 5 lakhs, you will get 30,000 as a dividend. So for 2 years it is 60,000. 60,000 arrears is there for 2 years, that we need to discharge after making payment towards unsecured creditors. That is 60,000. Okay, let's see how much balance we have after paying all this. So on receipt side we have 75,000, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 75,000, 1,50,000 and 2 lakhs. So before entering, before writing it over here, just we'll write it in the working note. Total receipt, it's 13 lakhs. Okay. So let's see, payment 1,25,000, 27,250, 36,750, 4,000, 12,500 plus 2,50,000 plus 37,500 plus 2 lakhs plus 60,000. So we paid 7 lakh. Here we discharged 7,53,000. Till now we discharged 7,53,000 out of 13 lakhs. Okay. So till here we discharged 7,53,000. So still we have a balance of 5,47,000. So after making payment towards arrears, it's the next payment should go to preference shareholders. Preference shareholders, we have enough balance to make payment towards preference shareholders. So no need to make any call here, because we have enough balance to make payment to preference shareholders, and already we made payment to outsider creditors. So it's 5 lakh. In case of any insufficient in balance to make payment towards preference shareholders or outsider creditors, then here liquidator can make a call on uncalled money. So here we have uncalled money of 25 rupees here and 40 rupees here, that he can call when there is an insufficient balance to make payment towards preference shareholders or outsider liability. So till now we don't have any insufficient balance. So the balance left for after making payment towards preference shareholders, the balance left to equity shareholders is 47,000. So after making all the payment, amount left to make payment to equity shareholders is 47,000. Okay. This is working note 3. So here let me explain. So here we have paid up value of rupees 75 rupees, and here we have 60. So in this case we need to equalize this paid up amount. So 60, here also we need to make it 60. It means we are returning 15 rupees back to these equity shareholders. To make it equal, we need to return 15 rupees to these equity shareholders. Okay. So there are two class of equity shareholders. One is 2,500 equity shares whose paid up value is 75 rupees. 75 rupees paid. And there is one more class, that is 7,500 equity shares. And paid up value is 60 rupees. So we are returning back 15 rupees to make it equal. So 15 minus 15. Okay. So 15 into 2,500. So this much we are returning back to these shareholders. Okay. So it means 37,500. So out of 47,000, here we are returning 37,500. When you return that 37,500 out of 47,000, there is balance left of 9,500. That has to be, this 9,500 has to be distributed between these two shareholders in their shares. Okay, in their equity share. This share they are carrying in the company. So here the balance left is 9,500. So when you take out the ratio, 2,500 is to 7,500. So 25 is to 75. So we need to distribute this 9,500 in this ratio. So 9,500 into 25 divided by 100. So that is okay. And again 9,500 in 75 divided by 100. Hope you got it. So this 9,000, the remaining 9,500 has to be distributed in their shares carrying in the company according to the shares which they are carrying into the company. So here they are carrying 2,500, here they are carrying 7,500. In this ratio we need to distribute among these two shareholders. So total amount paid in this 37,500 plus 2,375. Okay, and for 7,500 shareholders, they are getting 7,125. So equity shareholders, for 2,500 equity shares, they are getting how much? 37,500 plus 2,375 means they are getting 39,875. Just divide it by 2,500, you will get 15,095. So for one share they are getting value 15 rupees 95 paise. So total 99,875, and for 7,500 equity shares they are getting 7,125. When you divide this with this, you will get per share value, that is 39,875 divided by 2,500, it's 15.95. When you divide 7,125 by 7,500, you will get per share value, that is 0.95. So both side it is equal, 13 lakhs. Okay, so this is problem number 43.